Munch, a sort of rat from Timbuctoo. Munch was a sort of rat, a Timbuctoo rat. He lived in May's cottage on the island of Timbuctoo. Now Munch's favorite hobby was inventing things. In fact, Munch has invented so many things, he's often needed help from his friend Buzz. Buzz was a sort of bee. For instance, once Munch and Buzz invented a machine to help Ba, who was a sort of sheep, with her sight and hearing. Ba was a very old sheep indeed, and her sight and hearing weren't what they used to be. So when Munch and Buzz told her about the machine, she said,
"But I don't even wear earrings."
Occasionally, their inventions didn't work at all. For instance, when Sniff, who was a sort of rabbit, wanted a machine to prevent him from running late all the time, Munch and Buzz got right to work on building a machine for him. "Well, no wonder you're late! Why, this clock is exactly 2 days slow!" Now, what went wrong with it? It painted Sniff white. However, this gave Munch an idea.
"That gives me an idea,"
he exclaimed, and he told Buzz his idea. Buzz thought it was a great idea.
"That's a great idea,"
he told Munch. Munch's idea was to invent a machine that could paint any surface in an instant. Once he and Buzz built the machine, they invited a few of their friends to May's cottage to see what they thought of it. Cluck was first. Cluck was a sort of hen. Now, Cluck was not very clever. In fact, she was probably less clever than any hen you've ever met. So when she saw the machine, she said,
"Does this machine make cornflake sandwiches?"
"No, it doesn't,"
said Buzz. He asked her to leave. Croak came next. Croak was a sort of frog. He liked the machine, but didn't see any use for it. "I like your machine," he said, "but I don't see any use for it. Besides," he added, "I just painted my house yesterday." Next came Puff. Puff was a sort of panda.
"What can this thing paint?"
asked Puff.
"It can paint anything,"
explained Munch.
"What colors does it use?"
Puff asked.
"Why, this machine uses any colors of paint that you can think of,"
Munch exclaimed. Puff's eyes lit up.
"I like it,"
he said.
"In that case,"
said Munch,
"you can be the first one to test it out."
So, Puff took the machine to his black and white house, Bamboo Cottage.
"Munch,
said Buzz.
I don't like this. Puff just might paint himself with that machine."
"I never thought of that,"
said Munch.
"We'll have to stop him."
The next morning, Munch and Buzz arrived at Bamboo Cottage. Munch knocked on the door. And Puff answered.
"Glad you could come,"
he said.
"I was just about to test that machine."
As Puff was about to use the machine to paint himself, Buzz turned out the lights. Puff paid no attention. He pressed a button on the machine. It was then that he realized the lights were out.
"Hey, who turned out the lights?"
he asked.
"I'm afraid that was me,"
said Buzz.
"Sorry about that."
He turned the lights back on and looked at Puff. Puff had ended up painting himself gray.
"Not what I was expecting,"
he said.
"Fortunately,"
said Munch,
"I've brought along another invention of mine."
He got out a small remote control-like gadget.
"This,"
he explained,
"is an unpainter gadget. It will remove the paint from you. We used it to remove the white paint from Sniff yesterday."
So, he used the unpainter to remove the gray paint from Puff.
"But I still want to be a different color,"
explained Puff.
"I have an idea,"
said Munch. Now, what was Munch's idea? His idea was to put the story of Puff and the machine in the local newspaper, the Timbuctoo Times. Now, what does a newspaper have to do with color? Well, a newspaper may be black and white, but it's red all over.
Munch. How doth the laboratory rat improve his shining shoes, and paint a portrait of a cat with only shades of blue? How cheerfully he seems to grin. How often does he lunch? That's just what one expects of him, the lab rat known as Munch.
Well, I must say, I've never heard it that way before.
I know. I have improved it.